chapter will the competition be for? Sir?
Yes.
Which chapter will the competition be for?
12th chapter now. We have done 15th chapter, now 12th chapter.
Okay, sir.
Anjana, Aditi.
Uncle, I'm not sure if I can know the meaning of every verse. 6 and a lot of. But I will give it an attempt and try to learn the meaning.
Okay, so anyway, we are starting from the first verse itself today. So all of you, if you be attentive and try to listen to the entire class, you will be knowing all the verses and all the meanings. So that's the idea of taking a competition in the end, that I know how many of you have understood well, how many have really by-hearted it. So the last competition also was the same. We wanted to know how many children have really by-hearted the 15th verse, 15th chapter. So start from today. That's it, simple.
Uncle, you will even the 18th verse it has 70th verses.
Who is Divyanshya?
Yes, sir.
18th verse and?
No, 18th chapter.
18th chapter we will do later on. I have never given 18 chapters. It's a very big chapter.
Actually, in Param Vedanta, the first time me and Akash did the 12th chapter chanting the 20 verses, alternative.
Yeah, I remember. Vishnu, you have any question?
Uncle, this is Uncle, can you hear me?
Who is that?
This is Sarayu.
Sorry, tell me.
I'm going to 8th grade, so I have a lot of studies. So I tried to attempt, but I couldn't attempt the 15th chapter also because of my portions of 8th grade. So I'll try to do it this time.
No problem. This time we have enough. We might complete in almost a month and a half. So every time 2-3 verses only per week. So we should be able to do it, isn't it?
Okay, Uncle. Thank you so much.
And
Okay.
also,
Vishnu, you have something to ask?
Yes, sir. When I was doing the 15th chapter, that time in the app you shared, from that I was practicing. When I saw chapter 18, it was like it was the only one which has like 71, like that.
Correct.
So is 18 with the most verses?
Sir, the 18th
Yes.
chapter has, I believe, 78 verses.
Yeah, it is the largest chapter, big chapter. So, okay, we'll start our class by the prayers. Narayani, Aloki, whoever is there, Akshita, please chant the prayers.
Vakratunda Mahakaya
Koti Samaprabha Sarvakarishu Sarvada Bhakti Sambhu Ahidam Bhuvanam Yasya Bhakti Samsayam Aharyam Chandratharam Vikam Shivam Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Gurave Namaha Saraswati Namastuvyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishmi भवतु मे सदा बुद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु आवहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। शान्ति शान्ति हरि ओम सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।
So all of you welcome. In the last class, we have had a competition and all the judges have really appreciated your efforts. All those who participated and all who were listening quietly also. The judges said to me that the children are learning very well and they would also, some of them, if they're interested, they can also learn how to chant correctly. So Rama madam, who is a professor who teaches children from 35 years, has taken this, and maybe from the next class, she will teach you how to chant correctly. Maybe we are learning from English script. She said she will teach us from the original Sanskrit script. So let us see how if we can attend all the classes and learn how to chant correctly. With this, we'll start the class.
People don't know how to read Sanskrit.
Yeah.
Sir, what people don't know how to read Sanskrit?
Yeah, but they will teach in like Hindi, you know, no? Davangiri, sorry, not Davangiri, Devanagari script.
Yes,
Hindi.
I know that.
If you know Hindi, you will be able to speak Sanskrit.
Yes.
But the problem is the words are different.
Okay, let us start the class. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. I want to also invite those children who can come for the Swamiji. Swami Paramarthananda ji is going to be here in Bangalore from 1st May to 8th of May. One of those days, he will invite all of us who are regular in learning Bhagavad Gita. I wish as many of you can join. I will send the details in the group. Please try to come. We'll have nice time with Swamiji and there will be prasada. So we will listen directly from Swamiji, 1 or 2 verses. Many of you also can try and present something to Swamiji, like in the form of chanting or understanding your interest in Bhagavad Gita. So that will be from 1st May to 8th May. So remember these dates. You can come wherever you are. It is in Bangalore only. So those who are very far, I don't expect them to come, but those who are nearby can join. Okay?
Sir,
So,
I'm in Bangalore.
yeah. Okay, Daivik.
Excuse me, sir.
All the questions we'll take in the end. So we'll start the class. Akshita she will tell us, chant us the 3rd verse of Nirvana Shatakam.
So can you hear me?
Yes, clear.
Me dvesharagau.
You chant completely, Akshita.
Yes, sir. Name dvesharagau, name lobhamohau, name madoneva meneva matsarya bhava na dharmo na charto na kamo na moksha chidananda rupa shivoham. So the meaning of this verse is that neither do I have hatred nor attachment, neither greed nor infatuation. Neither do I have passion nor feelings of envy and jealousy. I am not within the bounds of dharma, that is righteousness, artha, wealth, kama, desire, and moksha, liberation. I am Shiva, the auspiciousness.
Excellent. So thank you, Akshita. And we are doing Nirvana Shatakam. So even Bhakti Yoga, here Arjuna is asking what is the best way of devotion. And Nirvana Shatakam tells us that God in no form is the best worship. So worshipping God without any form, like na dvesha na rago, means no likes or dislikes. Na matsarya bhavo, means no arrogance. Na mado, means no pride. Na dharmo no charto, means there is no scriptural studies, or there is no way, or any single way of worshipping God. So what finally God is having no boundaries. That's what is Nirvana Shatakam all about. So we will move ahead. Ishita will chant us 46 to 55 verse, and we will end the chapter 11th by her chanting. Ishita, you're there?
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
If you're okay to keep the video on, if you can keep, so people will know who is chanting.
Yes, sir. 1 minute. Can I see it in the app and tell?
I didn't understand. You can see it is projected, no? Whatever
Yes.
you're comfortable. Whatever you're
Okay.
comfortable. Okay.
See me?
Yes.
किरीटिनङ्गदिनं चक्रहस्तम् इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रभावो भव विश्वमूर्ते श्रीभगवानुवाच मया प्रसन्नेन तवार्जुनेदं रूपं परं दर्शितमात्मयोग तेजोमयं विश्वमनन्तमाद्यं यन्मे त्वदन्येन न दृष्टपूर्वम् न वेदयज्ञाध्ययनान्नै न चक्रभिर्नथोभिरुग्र एवं रूपं शक्य अहं नृलोक द्रष्टुं त्वदन्ये कुरु प्रवीर मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभाव दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरं निदङ्गमेदं व्याप्तभिप्रीतामहं पुनस्त्वं तद्देव रूपम् इदं प्रपश्य सञ्जय उवाच इत्यार्जुनं वासुदेवस्तथोक्त्वा स्वकीयं रूपं दर्शयामास भूय अस्वस्यामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा अर्जुन उवाच द्रष्टावेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्य जनार्दन इदानीं मानस्मि संवृत्तः सचेता प्रकृतिं गता श्रीभगवानुवाच सुदुर्दर्शमिदं रूपं दृष्टवानसि यन्मम देवप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यदर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः नाहं वेदैर्न तपसा न दानेन न चेच्छया शक्य एवं विधो दृष्टवानसि मां यथा भक्त्या त्वनन्येय शक्य अहमेवं विदोऽर्जुन ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुं च तत्त्वन्ये प्रवेष्टुं च परं तप मत्कर्म कृन्मत्परमो मद्भक्तसङ्गविराजिता निर्भैर् सर्वभूतेषु यस्मां यति पाण्डव ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु Gitasu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyaya Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Vishwarupa Darshana Yogo Nama Ekadaso Dhyayaya. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was an excellent chanting by you, Ishita, with lot of efforts, and very nicely you have chanted. I love the way you chant. Very nice. I like the voice.
Thank you, sir.
Now, in the 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshanam, that is the name of the chapter. We are going to do 12th chapter, that is Bhakti Yoga. So, let me tell you that Arjuna is actually in the last few verses, Arjuna asked him to take out the form which is shown to him. Vishwarupa is a huge form of Lord where good and bad, everything is seen. And finally, Arjuna surrenders him completely. He understands that the charioteer, whom he was thinking as his friend Krishna, is none other than the creator, the sustainer of the entire universe. He is Krishna actually. And then he asks in 12th chapter that we will see what he asks, his questions goes on, and what Krishna answers to him, we will see today. But before that, just for a recap of 15th chapter also, because many of them were not able to join last class. Few of them have joined first time today. So for them, Vishwesh will let us know about what is the similarities between Ashwatha tree and samsara one last time. Go ahead, Vishwesh.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Namaste, everyone. Today, I am going to tell about the similarities between Ashwatha tree and samsara. Why do Hindus worship trees? The worship of trees is an ancient tradition in India among all in general and Hindus in particular. Hindus regard all flora and fauna as sacred. We, in the modern world, often work, conquer and exploit Mother Nature. But the ancient worshipped nature and thanked her for the benefits she gave them. Hence, they are all regarded as sacred. So, the Vedas remind us constantly to look upon all beings as your own self. Atmavat Sarva Bhuteshu. They meet our vital needs that make our life possible on earth. Food, oxygen, clothing, shelter, medicines, etc. They lend beauty and calmness to surroundings. They serve man without expectation and sacrifice themselves to sustain us. Lord Krishna in the Mahabharata has told, Vrikshana Mastatoham Ashwatha Pujita Yotra Pujita Sarva Devata Ashwatha Pujito Yatra Pujita Sarva Devata. Among trees, I am the Ashwatha, the people tree. If one worships the Ashwatha, he gains the benefit of worshipping all gods at once. This verse explains the spiritual significance of the people tree. Sage Shankaracharya interprets this tree as representing the entire cosmos. He interprets Ashwatha to indicate one which does not remain the same tomorrow. The Ashwatha tree is remarkable because it grows both upwards as well as top to bottom. The bark of the peepal tree is light gray, smooth, and peels in patches. Its heart-shaped leaves have long, tapering tips, and the slightest breeze makes them rustle. The peepal tree is called Ashwatha in Sanskrit and is sacred to Hindus as well as Buddhists. What is the samsara Hinduism? Hindus generally accept the doctrine of transmigration and rebirth and the complementary belief in karma. The whole process of rebirth, called samsara, is cyclic with no clear beginning or end and encompasses lives of perpetual serial attachments. Karma and samsara. Karma is a Sanskrit word whose literal meaning is action. It refers to the law that every action has an equal reaction either immediately or at some point in the future. In Hinduism, karma operates not only in this lifetime but across lifetimes. The result of an action might only be experienced after the present life in a new life. This process of reincarnation is called samsara, and continuous cycle in which the soul is reborn over and over again according to the law of action and reaction. Ashwatha tree and samsara. In the Ashwatha tree, the branches themselves morph into roots. So even if the original tree decays and perishes, its branches underneath are young and continue to encircle the parent. This eternal life of the people tree has inspired many Indian philosophers and Hindu thoughts. Just like how samsara is a continuous cycle in which the soul is reborn over and over again according to the law of action and reaction. The Ashwatha tree also has eternal life and it does not remain the same tomorrow. We know that samsara is the result of one's karmic action and thoughts throughout their present and pre-existing lifetime. Samsara can also be seen as the ignorance of Atman, true self, and absolute reality, Brahman. When realizing Atman, one can then attain moksha, liberation. Moksha is seen as the highest achievement that any being can accomplish and inevitably leads to ending samsara. Thank you.
Excellent, Vishwesh. Nicely explained all the meaning of the samsara and its similarities to Ashwatha tree. Children, you have an exercise to do.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You have an exercise to do. Next time you find this Ashwatha tree, let us remind ourselves that what we have learned today, you should try and see in that. And whatever you see, you can message me, oh, this is what I understood by the branches, by the roots, by the leaves, by the fruits. And if there are birds, what does it mean? That's how we will revise our classes from now on. Otherwise, it will be just an exercise to come in the class, explain something and forget it. We won't take these classes as one of the curricular classes. This is life building classes. These classes will lead us to something great achievements in life. So please try to understand, wherever you are, I am sure there will be a Ashwatha tree, huge tree. Whenever you see, just for a moment you see and understand what we have learned. And you can write down to me separately or in the group. I'll be very happy to listen to you, as all the judges were happy to listen to all those who participated. All of the next, one more announcement is next, after completing this entire 12th chapter, I will have one more competition in a different format, but this time it will be for the maximum number of participants. I expect many of you participate, not only 13. We have some 32 to 35 children online today. So try and learn one shloka per day or two shloka per day, whatever you can, with the meaning that is important. And after completion of 12th chapter, we will have one more competition. So we'll
Sir,
come to
which chapter should we learn?
what 12th chapter? We are learning 12th chapter. Same thing, after end of the chapter, we will have a competition like last time. Okay. So let us dive in this 12th chapter. It has again how many verses in 15th chapter?
20.
So same thing here too, 20 verses, easy to learn. The first part will deal with the importance of bhakti. Second will deal with the benefits of bhakti. And why is this? There are so many ways to reach the highest form of God or the moksha or freedom. Why is this path the most preferred path? You will see your grannies, your grandpas, aunties, uncles, every day they will be chanting some nama, japas, they will do pujas. That is bhakti. So why this path is preferred, we will see as his subsequent verses, subsequent slides. Chinmayananda ji, he has said in his one of the talks, desire departs from the heart in which devotion has entered. So one thing which is all of us are not able to take the highest jump is because we have a lot of desires. With every desires, we'll have a lot of work to do, karma. And with every work, we'll get some, with every action, we'll get some reaction. We'll get some benefits, whatever it is. And then with that, we will have attachments to it. So the main first cause is desires. So with devotion entering in heart, desires will depart. Swami Chinmayananda ji has explained this. Today we start with one of the, in the form of Bhakti, Sri Sailam and Swami and Brahma Ambika Devi. This is an epitome of Bhakti. It will be presented by Pragya. Let us start with one good story about Bhakti. Over to you, Pragya.
Yes, sir. Namaskaram, everybody. Shubha Sanjaya. Today, Sachin sir has given me the great opportunity to present this very it has bhakti like filled to the brim. Like it's a very wonderful story. So I'm actually very grateful to him. I'll be presenting the story of Sri Shailam Mallikarjuna Swami and Brahmarambika Devi. So I'll start with Sri Shailam Mallikarjuna Swami. When Shiva and Parvati decide to find the suitable brides for their sons, they first start with finding the brides for Ganesha. Siddhi, who was a spiritual power, Riddhi, who was the prosperity, and Buddhi, who was the intellect, they were married to Ganesha. Kartikeya on his return was extremely angry and enraged, and he went away to stay alone on Mount Kraunja in the name of Kumara Brahmachari. On seeing his father coming over to pacify him, he tried to move to another place, but all the devas requested him to stay close by to his father. So he did so. The place where Shiva and Parvati stayed came to be known as Sri Shailam. So next slide. Mallikarjuna, it was the continued version. As per the Hindu legend, the presiding deity in the form of the Linga is an iconic form of Lord Shiva. It was worshipped with a jasmine or Mallika, leading to the name of the presiding deity known as Mallikarjuna. Mahashivaratri is the main festival celebrated at the Sri Shailam Mallikarjuna Swami temple. So next slide. Sri Shailam Brahmarambika Devi. Goddess Brahmarambika is one of the manifestations of the goddess Shakti. In this form, she is the consort of Mallikarjuna Swami or Shiva at the Sri Shailam temple. Legend has it that a demon named Arunasura, after strict austerities and penance, he pleased the god Brahma and attained the boon that he will not be killed by any living being with 2 or 4 legs. After acquiring the next slide. After acquiring the boon, he started troubling devas, saints, and humans and all the living beings on earth. Due to the boon, devas were unable to defeat him. Finally, all the living beings approached to Goddess Durga and requested to save them from Arunasura. Goddess Durga then released thousands of bees which had 6 legs. So it was against the boon that Arunasura had asked from Brahma. These bees emerged from Goddess Durga's body. So they stung Arunasura to death, and Goddess Durga remained in the form of at Sri Shailam in the form of the Brahmarambika Devi. At the Sri Shailam temple, Brahmaramba Devi is depicted as having 8 arms and is adorned with a silk sari. Married women perform different pujas for happy and a prosperous family life ahead. The significance of the Sri Shailam temple is as follows. Lord Shiva in this temple is referred to as one of the 12 Jyotirlingas. This temple is classified as one of the Padal Petra Sthalam. On the way to the main temple is located the Shikhareshwaram temple. It is said that by having darshan in this temple, one does not get rebirth and does not get stuck in the cycle of rebirth. Krishna river here is known as the Patala Ganga. One must go down 852 stairs to reach this river. The Shivalinga is bathed in the water of this river. Another major significance or importance of the Sri Shailam temple was that Akka Mahadevi, one of the early female poets of Kannada literature, she had come to the Sri Shailam temple. She was a prominent person in the Lingayat Shaiva sect in the 12th century. she had 430 vachanas or poems. Vachana basically means it's mystical poems. And she also wrote 2 short writings known as the Mantro Gopya and the Yoganga Trividhi. They are considered as her most notable contribution to the Kannada literature. She is believed to have traveled towards the end of her life to the Sri Shailam caves, where she lived as an ascetic or a saint, and she eventually attained mukti. This is a small glimpse of the Sri Shailam Punya Kshetra. I hope you all liked it. Let us all pray to the Almighty Mallikarjuna Swami and Ramaramba Devi to bless every one of us with health, happiness, and peace. Dhanyavadam and Hari Om, everyone.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Pragya. Very well explained with lot of things to take from this story. And today, I think Atit also again, he will explain us the Akka Mahadevi's story to us. So what is bhakti? What is devotion? This is one important, nice, what is a quote I have seen in internet, and I am just going to read it for you. When bhakti enters food, it becomes prasada. When bhakti enters hunger, it becomes a fast. When bhakti enters water, it becomes charanamrit. When bhakti enters travel, it becomes a pilgrimage. When bhakti enters music, it becomes kirtan. When bhakti enters a house, it becomes a temple. And when bhakti enters actions, it becomes service. And most importantly, when bhakti enters a man, he becomes a human. So that is the importance of bhakti. That is the importance of devotion. And we are all looking forward to understand bhakti yoga in the 12th chapter. Let me give you one small example. Like bhakti is not different from all the other 3 yogas which we have already seen. The first shatakam is explaining us what? Can anyone tell me? The first 6 chapters explains about karma yoga, upasana yoga, or jnana yoga. What about it? Out of the 3? We have done in the last class also. It tells about
karma yoga.
Exactly. It tells about self-efforts. And it tells the first 6 chapter deals with jiva, you and me, the arjuna. Then upasana yoga is dealt in the madhyama shatakam, which we are doing now. The first 7th to 12th is the madhyama shatakam. Yes, upasana yoga, and it is all about Ishvara. So bhakti towards Ishvara is there. And finally, from 13th to 18th chapter, we will deal jnana yoga. That is the knowledge part, where jiva understands that he is none other than Ishvara himself. That is the highest form of bhakti. But with this example, let us see. Children, you definitely like rasgullas, isn't it? Who doesn't like rasgullas? So making the rasgullas are made through kneading the paneer or the maida together and making small round balls. And that is self-effort. Churning that paneer, kneading it is self-effort. So while doing this, if the person is not involved, he doesn't have the love towards it, he will not make round undas. He will make some irregular shape. So bhakti is part of every step. So level 1 of making rasgulla is efforts. Now what is level 2? We will consider that after making that rasgullas, it is kept in the syrup, where it will stay for some time. It won't move here and there. It is kept for some time so that it is soaked in the rasa of the bhakti. Like any efforts, if it is not towards Lord or Ishvara, it will be of waste. If your studies are not focused, you may not land up in the place where you should be. So level 2 of bhakti is upasana yoga. And finally, only when you take that prepared thing and it goes within you, that is when you will have the experience of ananda. And that is when a jiva understands he is none other than Brahman himself. That is jnana yoga. So Bhakti is in all three levels. It is not separate from the Karma Yoga, not separate from the Upasana, nor it's separate from Jnana Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga is dealt separately in this 12th chapter, but it is part and part, that is Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga and Jnana Yoga. So we'll start with the first verse by Nitila. Over to you, Nitila. Hello.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hari Om, this is Nitila. Today I am going to chant verse 12.1. Arjuna Vacha
Arjuna
Arjuna Vacha.
Evam Satata Yuktaye
Evam
Bhaktastvam Paryupasate
Sate
Echapyaksharam Avyaktam
Avyaktam
Tesham Ki Yoga Vittamaha. The meaning of this verse is Arjuna Vacha. Arjuna said, Ke Yova Vittamaha, who are the best yogis, Tesham, among them, Satata Yuktaha, who are the ever steadfast, Bhaktaha, devotees, Ye Paryupasate, who meditate upon, Tvam, you, Evam, as described before, Cha Api Ye, and those who meditate upon, Avyaktam Aksharam, the imperishable unmanifest Brahman. Arjuna asked, who are the best yogis among them? The ever steadfast devotees who meditate upon you as described before, and those who meditate upon the imperishable unmanifest Brahman. Dhanyavad.
Nice, Nitila. Very good. I will request all of you who present to keep the video on, so children will know who is presenting, who is Nitila. Okay, next time you try to keep the video on.
Okay, sir.
So see what question Arjuna has asked, because we saw 11th chapter is about Vishwarupa Darshanam, the Ishvara in very huge form. Everything is Ishvara. That's what he sees in the 11th chapter. So in 12th chapter beginning is asking, who among the two worshipper or the bhaktas is higher or bigger than the other? So he's asking whether it is a Saguna form of bhakta, means who does different upasanas seeing the idols. Like in Ganesh Chaturthi, we see all these bhaktas. Is he the highest form? He is the highest bhakta, or the Nirvana form? So we will understand this two meaning of what is Saguna and Nirguna. Saguna means with attributes. Guna means some kind of attributes. Saha means with. So when you see a Lord or Ishvara in the form of something, like here Ganesha or Durga, like Kali, all this is forms of Ishvara. That is Saguna form. And Upasana, Upasana means your bhakti, what you are doing for the Lord. And do you know there are 5 temples in South India which actually worships these 5 things, the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, space. They are all located. Earth is located in Kanchipuram, Ekambareshwar temple. Water is in Tiruchirappalli, Jambukeshwara temple. Fire, Arunachaleshwara temple in Tiruvannamalai. Air is Sri Kalahastishwara temple in Kalahasti near Tirupati. And space, that is Akasha, that is in Nataraja temple, Chidambaram. So children, you know one more important thing of these 5 elements. They are, yes.
I have a doubt.
Chinmayi, is it? Daivik?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir, in space,
Akashalingam.
Hmm.
How it will be in space temple?
I will come to it. I'm just going to explain.
Yes.
So, children, all these temples, if you draw a line from north to south, they're all in one same longitude. If you know your geography, latitude is horizontal, longitude is straight from north to south. They all stand in one direction. So you can ask your parents also. If I'm sure one among all of them, one of them you must have visited already, and they worship all these 5 elements. Do you think this is Saguna or Nirguna form of Bhakti? Can anyone tell me? It is Saguna form of Bhakti. It is not Nirguna. Because still you are worshipping the elements which you can, out of which space cannot be seen. So the first question is whether the Saguna form or Nirguna form. Now what is Nirguna Bhakti? It is the formless God. Bhakti towards formless God. He is not having any form. That's why the highest Bhakti is towards Shiva is through Lingam, not of a human form. Generally we are humans, so we will try to worship a god in the form of human. And why that 4 and 8 hands to Durga? Why it is many heads to Brahma? Because we try to extrapolate that a human is a superhuman, God is superhuman. If it was an alien, what would be the god for alien? He would be in the form of an alien. If it is an animal, the god for animal is an animal form. But in Hindu culture, we have every kind of god. In fact, Ashwatha tree also is god for us. The elephant head god is god for us, isn't it? So only in our culture we have different form of god to have bhakti towards it. But the highest form of bhakti is not to visualize God in only forms. It can be anywhere within anything. So searching God within, tuning your radio to a particular frequency will give the correct sound. If it goes 1 hertz here or 1 hertz down, you will not able to hear the correct sound. So tuning to the highest self, it means not the form, to the highest self, that is Atma, is Nirguna Bhakti. And that is what is told to be high. That is what Arjuna is asking. Out of the 2 bhaktas, who is the highest? And let us see with this example of
Shivang.
Shivang will explain us Rama and
Shivang.
Hanuman's meeting together. Go ahead, Shivang.
Sir, 1 minute. Sir, yes. Today I am going to say the story of Bhakti of Hanuman. After defeating Ravana and 14 years of Vanavasa, Rama along with Sita came back to Ayodhya. Then Rama was made king of Ayodhya. In the for that a big celebration was going on. As Rama and Sita was giving everyone gifts and ornaments. Along with it, Sita gave Hanuman a diamond necklace. Hanuman checked all the diamonds and tore it. One of the onlooker asked him that why you tore it. Hanuman replied, I checked all the diamonds. I didn't see Lord Rama in any of it. That's why I don't have any value for it. That's why I tore it. Another onlooker asked him, Is Lord Rama in Hanuman himself? Hanuman tore his chest and showed his heart. In front of the heart, there was the image of Lord Rama and Sita. Everyone was surprised. This was the Bhakti of Hanuman to Lord Rama. Thank you.
Excellent, Shivang. You brought in the concept of bhakti, and that's what tuning within yourself. You can't see God only in Guruvayur temple. God is, yes, there in Guruvayur temple, but it is also there exactly where you're sitting in your home also. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Nirguna bhakti is tuning yourself. Yourself means like what Hanumana did. He tuned to his highest self, that is Lord Vishnu himself. So once someone asked him whether God is within you, and he was so powerful. Hanumana is a very powerful being. He tore apart his chest and showed that God is within me also. Children, you don't have to do that. You don't have to tear apart some shirt or something and show that God is within you. This is only sitting with meditation, upasana, and nitya niyama, going to chanting and feel that whether that frequency matches with you. It cannot happen like Hanumana. You open up your shirt and show that I am having God within me. So just remember, Nirguna Bhakti is bhakti towards your own self. Because we have seen in 10th chapter, Lord says that I am within all of you. Sarvasva idam aham. So I am in every one of you. So if God has made us, then we are the amsha of God. And that we are trying to tune in, and that is Nirguna Bhakti. So we will see what Arjuna is answered by Lord Krishna. Go ahead, Divyanshi.
Namaste, I am Divyanshi. Today I am going to chant the 12.2 verse. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha.
Shri
Bhagavanu
Nyaye Aveshamano Ye. Mam Nitya Yukta Upasate. Shraddhaya Parayopetaha. Te me Yuktatma Mataha. The meaning of the verse is Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. The Lord said, Mayi, on me, Aveshya, fix, Manaha, the mind, Ye, those, Mam, me, Nitya Yuktaha, always engaged, Upasate, worship, Shraddhaya, with faith, Paraya, best, Upetaha, endowed, they, may, by me, Yuktatamaha, situated highest in Yog, Mataha, I consider. The Lord said, those who fix their minds on me and always engage in my devotion with steadfast faith, I consider them to be the best yogis. God can be realized in varying degrees of closeness. Let us understand this through an example. Suppose you are standing by the railway tracks. A train is coming from the distance with its headlights shining. It seems to you as if a light is approaching. When the train comes closer, you can see shimmering form along with the light. Finally, when it comes and stands on the platform in front of you, you realize, oh, it's a train. I can see all the people sitting inside their compartments and peeping out of their windows. The same train seemed like a light from far. As it came closer, it appeared to have shimmering form along with the light. When it drew even nearer, you realized that it was a train. The train was same, but on being close to it, your understanding is of its different attributes such as shape, color, passenger compartments, doors, and windows grew. Similarly, God is perfect and complete and is the possessor of unlimited energies. His personality is replete with divine names, forms, pastimes, levels of closeness. His personality is replete with divine names, forms, pastimes, virtues, associates, and abodes. However, he is realized in various levels of closeness as the Brahman, the Paramatma, and the Bhagavan. The knowers of the truth have started that there is only one supreme entity that manifests in three ways in the world: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. They are not three different gods, rather they are three manifestations of the one Almighty God. However, their qualities are different, just as water, steam, and ice are all made of the same substance. But their physical qualities are different. If a thirsty person asks for water, and water we give ice, it will not quench their thirst. Ice and water are both of the same substance, but their physical properties are different. Similarly, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan are manifestations of the one Supreme Lord, but their qualities are different. There is only one supreme entity. He is seated in everything and everyone. This all pervading aspect of the Lord is called Brahman. It is full of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. However, in this aspect, God does not manifest his infinite qualities, enchanting personal beauty, and sweet pastimes. Thank you, Sachin sir, for giving me this opportunity to present this wonderful verse. Thank you.
Excellent, Divyanshi. Very good. I think you have by-hearted it and you said without seeing any part of it. That's very good. Also, you give the example of Brahman, and what you said, three things?
And Paramatma.
Paramatma. All are the part of same substance. They manifest differently. Now here, Krishna is answering the Arjuna's question. Who is the highest Bhakta? Whether the Bhakta who sees this substance differently or the substance as one. So that is what the answer here he is giving, that one is greater who has faith in Lord Krishna, who is always devoted to Lord Krishna and who always meditates upon him. He is the best yogi, he is telling. So basically he is trying to say that those who do the Saguna form, the Saguna Bhakta, the Bhakti of a form of God, is the best yogi. But slowly he will explain who is the best and who is the highest. So till now he is praising the Bhaktas. For example, someone is worshipping Lord Krishna, he is praising them. That is Saguna Bhakta he is praising. But the question itself is wrong actually. We will come to know in the third verse and fourth verse. Now I say, choose from this 11 different shirts, try to choose one. So you will choose either yellow, green, blue, black, whatever, correct? But if I say to you, choose either a pant or a shirt, is the question right?
So the question itself is wrong.
Correct. So you require both, as you require primary education in the school, then you go to the college, isn't it? What is your answer? Answer would be first you do primary school, isn't it? Then you go to the college. So, and after college you go for degree. So same way, first you do Saguna Ishvara Prarthana. You have to see Lord in some form. That is important. Then only you go for seeing Lord in everyone and within you. So what Lord reminds us in this verse is Saguna Bhaktas are indeed great, but Nirguna Bhaktas attain me. Means those who see God in everyone and their self will attain Him. That is, they will be free from the samsara. And Krishna will clarify in the further verses. I will ask Sarayu to chant and explain us this verse, third verse. Please come near the mic.
Yes, uncle.
Yes. Go ahead.
Hari Om. Saramaନିର୍देश्यम् Yaktam paryupasate Sarvagam achintyam cha Kutastam achalam dhruvam Yes. Having restrained the sense organs, being even-minded towards all, and being interested in the welfare of all beings, some devotees meditate upon the imperishable Brahman, which is indomitable, unmanifest, all-pervading. Is it audible?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Samniyam. Thank you. This is actually 3 and 4 mixed.
Yeah, it is 3 and 4 mixed.
Okay, Aditi will come next, but first we will try to understand the word Akshara Brahman. In this verse, Akshara Brahman is given. So Akshara means the highest. There is no second for the Akshara. And also the words describes Brahman, the essential substance in everything which you see. That is Avyaktaha, not recognized by the 5 senses which we have. Imperceptible to your eyes, smell, taste, touch, and hearing. So Avyaktaha Achintayam. It is not recognized mentally too. You cannot even mentally feel it, inconceivable. And Anirvachaniyam, not able to describe in any format, not only in words but writing or pictures, nothing, indescribable. Then one can say, does God really exist? If it cannot be seen by our 5 senses, it cannot be conceived by our thoughts, and if it is not describable by any language on this earth, then you will have a question whether such things really exist. But with the example of space, that was Daivik was asking me, how do they worship space? So in Chidambaram, they just have an empty room. What does an empty room consist of? Space. Isn't it? So they just do arti. They will move the curtain. Nothing is there. There is space. To that they will do puja. So that is how they, in Chidambaram, they worship the deity. There is no deity. There is no form. So space is a good example for understanding what is Akshara Brahman or Nirguna Brahman.
Sir, so thing that we cannot describe or like feel or see, that we like do we pray to it in its own form.
Yes. So that thing which cannot be seen, heard, smelled, tasted, or touched is something like space. Now you are sitting in one room. Can we say that this space you can feel, touch? You can't, but you are sitting in that space called as room, and that space is same as in my room or Daivik's room or Aditi's room, but we are all there. So we can't see it, but we can know that there is something there. And we cannot make a diagram of space. Correct? So that is the nearest form of Akshara Brahman. And there are few more things of example that given is space, like it is everywhere, isn't it? It is there in your Bangalore, there is in Hyderabad, in Pune, in the world. Even beyond our earth, space is there. Sarvatra Gram. It is everywhere, all pervading. Achalam. Space doesn't have to move from Hyderabad to Bangalore or to Pune, because it is there in every place. Because entire earth is content, it is inside the space. Entire universe is in space. So
Sir,
achalam.
the space is larger than the universe.
Exactly. So the whole universe in space. So just same way, God is all pervading, and God is there in everything within you, all the beings, non-beings, all the objects. And it is kutastaha, means if you perform any activities in the room,
Not
the
affected
space,
by all means.
the space doesn't get affected. Swastik, your questions will be answered later. Let me complete the what I want to ask, tell you. Okay. In between, if you stop me, I will be forgetting. I will not be able to do the flow. So kutastaha, unaffected. It doesn't change. Like if you're watching something on the TV, the space doesn't get affected by it. Okay. Dhruvam. It is eternal. No beginning or no end for it. The space was there. Then the elements formed earth, and then the earth inhabited human beings, animals, plants, and then the creation, everything started in the space. So space, there is no beginning or there will be no end. So with this, we will come to a story of Akka Mahadeva Devi by Atit. Atit, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Namaste everyone, I am Atit. Today I am going to give an introduction about a great poet named Akka Mahadevi. Akka Mahadevi was the first female writer in Kannada literature and a prominent person in the Lingayat Shaiva sect in the 12th century. She was born in a small village, Udutadi, in Shikharipura Taluk of Shimoga district, 1130 to 1160. During the 12th century, it was the capital of King Kaushika. Akka Mahadevi's birth name was Mahadevi. She was born to a couple named Nirmal Shetty and Sumati Shetty, who were devotees of Lord Shiva. Right from her very young age, she was also a great devotee of Lord Shiva. She was initiated into Bhakti at the age of 7. By 16, she was almost a saint. But when King Kaushika's eyes fell on her, she was forced to marry him. Kaushika challenged Mahadevi's stand that she only belonged to him. That she only belonged to Shiva. When he pointed out that everything she had belonged to him, she discarded everything, including her clothes, and left the palace. The very next minute, long tresses covered her. She went to Kalyan, a haven for devotees of Shiva, and joined a group called Veerashaiva. There in the Anubhava Mantapa, a platform for open debate on various issues including philosophy and social reform, Mahadevi spoke fearlessly. Her conviction earned her the honorific title Akka, meaning elder sister, by great Lingayat saints such as Basavanna, Chenna Basavanna, Prabhudeva, Madivallayya, Siddharama, and Allamma Prabhu. It is believed that at the age of 25, she found the Kadali Vana in the vicinity of the Srishaila temple and lived the rest of her life in a cave. As she continued to meditate, her concept of Shiva changed from that of the Puranic Shiva to the formless divine, the one who pervaded her soul. Having known him, there was nothing else to know. Akka Mahadevi's work, like many other Bhakti movement poets, can be traced through the use of her Ankita, or the signature name called Channa Mallikarjuna. She also considered God Shiva as her mystical husband. Her 430 extant vachanas and 2 short writings called Mantrogopya and Yogan Trividhi are considered her most notable contributions to Kannada literature. She fought to prove that every soul, irrespective of gender, has a right to explore and reach the divine. Thank you, Sachin sir.
Thank you so much. Excellent. Very nicely you brought on the story or the living legend that was Akka Mahadevi. And she is from the our place, Karnataka here. So, okay, the importance of Akka Mahadevi is she considered Shiva as her husband, not mystical for us, but Shiva as her own husband. And she finally gave up everything for it. Just like Mirabai considered Krishna as her own husband and she gave everything. And she was so devoted. That devotion itself is bhakti towards Lord. And finally, they merged into Shiva, or like Mirabai merged into Krishna. Aditi wants to ask some question because we are now completing today's class. Aditi, you have any question?
Not a question, but I just wanted to ask if I can finish my verse today because can I just finish it today?
It is already 9:15, Aditi. We'll do it next time, first verse, okay? Because it's time, we will not extend the time, okay? So we'll end the class by chanting our mantra. Om Purnamada
Purnamada
Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnamevavashishyate Hari Om. Thank you all. Those who want to leave, quietly they can leave. And those who want to be there for question answers, be there. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Salokya, you have a question?
Yes, sir.
Good day, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, can you go to the first slide?
First slide of the
Guru.
Guru Brahma. Okay. This one?
Yes. Sir, can you send their location so that we can come?
Yeah, I will definitely send in the, because we don't know now where is that location. There are two things. One is every day he will have classes on 17th chapter from evening 6 to 7:30 or 8. That location I will send today itself. But one day we will get prasada from him. We will get chance to be near him. That location I can send only when it is confirmed. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, and I want to say that one more that near our school there is a ashwata tree, and I just picked that leaf and kept in my book. After that, after some time, I saw the Buddha's image.
Okay.
Sir, what location?
Who is this? Ishita. Ishita, our Swami Paramarthananda ji and Dr. Hegde, they would like all our kids, whoever is happy to meet them, because Swamiji comes from Chennai every year once to give us teaching on Bhagavad Gita. So if we can come there, meet him, we'll have a good time. We'll have prasada and we will have his blessings. So the location I will send later on. It is in May 1st to May 8th. Please mark your days.
Sir. Sir, we
Yes,
are going with Guru.
Yes, that day we will meet Guru. Okay.
Oh, so we are going.
We are going means wherever you are, if you can come with your parents in this place. I will send the location, not now. Today is only April 14. More 15 days are there. Okay. Okay. Vishnu, you have a question?
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Hari Om.
Vishnu, you have a question?
Not a question, sir. Can I show you something?
We will take first questions. I think Vishnu, then Nikhil. Sorry.
Ma'am, no, sir.
Shivang, you have a question.
Sir, can I in the competition of 12th chapter, when we send the audio along with meaning, we have to send?
No, only the chanting you have to send. Meaning we will ask you in the competition.
After every chapter is finished, we will have one competition.
We might have, but 12th chapter I will take one competition. Okay.
Sir, next class, can I get a verse?
Sure. I will give you a verse. Okay.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, can I also get a verse?
Okay, you also will get a verse. What about Divyanshi? She has a question.
Question about the competition. You are saying that we need to send the chanting, right? So can we send the chanting as soon as possible?
Divyanshi, your voice is very muffled today. I don't know. You're having some different device. Your voice is not the same.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you, but with a lot of difficulty actually. You were having some different device before?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I was saying that, like, you are saying us to send our chanting, right, of all the slokas in a chapter. So, can we send it as soon as possible, like by this Sunday also?
Okay, you can send, but you have to by heart it, not just chant and send it. By heart it. So what I suggest is, Divyanshi, as we have finished 3 verses today, okay? So you
Yes, sir.
chant and by heart it till the next class. Like that, you keep on by hearting till the last class of 12th chapter. Then send me in one audio all the verses. Not now. We will. The idea is to understand the verse and the meaning both. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Very good. And good to see you back.
Yes, sir, we went to Shady and those places.
I
So, I
know.
couldn't attend the classes.
Okay. No problem. So
Sir,
I
and
think
can I
now.
get a story or a verse
Yes.
next class?
Yes, I will give you a story.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
by
Hariom, sir.
what I,
Dhanyavad.
sir,
Vishnu, tell me.
sir, by what I meant the Nirvana Shatakam.
Nirvana.
Shatakam.
Okay. You are. What did you make?
This one, ma'am.
Show me. This is Nirvana Shatakam.
No, I'm telling by verses. Yesterday, last class, I told you a little bit before that. Can I have a verse next class? So that
Yes.
time, instead of a verse, can I have a Nirvana Shatakam?
Okay.
And sir, these both I did.
Very nice. Excellent. Beautiful drawings.
Sir, I didn't draw, only color.
Colored. Very good colors. Fantastic.
Sir, can I send my story which I want to present next class?
You please present some story which has bhakti in it. Like some saint.
Yeah, I have one, but I'm not getting its name. I will send you by tomorrow, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Dhanyavad.
Okay. Bye.
Sir, in the temple of air, sir, what will they do?
There will be nothing. There will be only one lamp.
Sir, air, sir, not fire.
There is only a lamp which is lit. That's it. Fire
Sir,
temple.
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Sir, what about fire? Fire temple?
I have not gone to all the temples. I have gone only to few temples. I also don't know actually.
Okay.
Fire will be some kind of agni only, which will be lit forever.
Okay, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye bye. Thank you, Ishita.
Sir,
Any
I
more
was doing.
questions?
Sir, I was doing this.
Very nice. You are spending a lot of time in drawing. Very good. Very good.
No,
And
sir. No,
Shivang,
sir.
you have a question?
Sir,
Okay.
can I also get a Nirvana Shatakam in the next class?
Okay. But you want a verse, no?
Yeah, we verse only in Nirvana Shatakam.
Both.
Not both. In Nirvana Shatakam, one verse only.
Okay, okay. Nirvana should come, both of you. Okay. 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 Thank you so much. If there is no question, I will say goodbye to all of you to meet in the next class. Okay? Hari Om.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Hari Om. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, Akshita. Bye, Narayani.
Thank you, sir.
Nitila. Bye bye. Hari Om.